Today is the 21st of April, and I just got into this trade on USDJPY. Let me briefly explain this move. I call this setup the 83 precision, but the basic concept is just pullback continuation. As I said, whenever I'm trying to catch a bullish movement, I wait for price to break a resistance, come back to retest it as support, then I'll look for a continuation entry to the upside. Same as trying to catch a bearish movement, I wait for price to break a support level, retest it as resistance, then I'll look for a continuation entry to the downside. So as you can see here, that's just the basic concept of this setup. Price, there's a resistance here, there was a resistance here, or let me say, yes, a resistance or support level here because price was struggling at this level previously. So when it broke below, it came up, it broke across it again, came back to retest it as support, then it broke this counter trend line. As you can see, that's why I got into this trade here. So the concept is just simple, just pullback continuation. I wait for price to break and retest. Then I'll look for a continuation entry to the other side to the next level. So another confluence I use is the Fibonacci pullback too. I do my fib from swing low to the swing high. You see from point A to point B, and you see the price came below, came down, pullback to retest this 38.20 Fibonacci pullback level. So as I saw it, I just look at it as okay, a confluence, another confluence for me to get into this trade. That's why I decided to execute. I'm sorry, my take profit is set. My take profit is set to the next level. That is the minus 61.80. But because of the level is at this point here, my network is lagging. I don't know what's happening. For I don't know why my network is lagging. I think my network, man, what's happening? Okay, so because it aligns at this point, I think that there's a level at this point, and I drew my fib, and it got close to that level. The minus is 1.80. It got close to the level, so I know that if price can break across here, if price breaks above this side, this level, breaks this level, I know it's going to get to this point definitely. So I just choose to target those levels, those highs. And see again. I think it's the H4. Yeah, it's the H4 level. So if price can break across this high over here, if price can break across this high, if we break above it, I know the next target is this point. So I think that's all for the trade. And my stop loss, because it's a potential swing trade, I set my stop loss behind structure just in case anything, because anything can happen. I can just put my stop loss at this point here. I can put my stop loss at this point, but because of news and some other this thing might come up, I think there's a news event, so I don't want to get wicked out and why the trade is still valid. So I prefer to put my stop loss as at the invalidation point, that when price hit that stop loss, the whole trade is invalidated. So I don't get to feel like I missed out on a move, something like that. So that's all for this setup. Let's see how the market unfolds. Yeah, the current update on this USDJPY trade, as you can see, in profit, and in the price is about to get to the minus 27 Fibonacci extension. Once it gets to this point, I'm moving my stop loss to break even. So it will be a risk-free trade, and I'll potentially hold it to this point or to this final take profit. But for now, let's see how the market unfolds. I hope we get more momentum before the weekend, before this weekend, or hopefully by tomorrow. Who knows? Let's see how it plays out though. Yo, today is the 23rd of April, and as you can see, I've been holding this trade since the 21st of April, and it hasn't gotten to the take profit yet. And according to my data, I don't hold trades more than 3 days, as long as it's not across the week. If it's not a big swing, so this trade I closed out at this point here, making $300 plus. And I also got into a trade also on GBP but I got stopped out at break even. I don't know, I've been having issue with my network lately. I got stopped out at break even, although it wasn't a swing trade, it was a day trade setup. I would have gotten out of here, but I wasn't on the charts, so the price came back and took me out at break even. So I think that was all for this. Maybe for this week, because I'm not seeing any potential setup by tomorrow, or any day trading setup, or any day trade setup, like, is it correct? So I'm not seeing any of that right now, but I think that was all for this trade. Well, let's see how next week. Let's see how price unfold next week. Hopefully we'll get better price action with good volume to push price to our desired targets, not holding for long and not getting your desired outcome. Well, that was all for this video.